a career page of a company is essentially the one place that talents will also make up their mind if they really want to apply for a job or not, because maybe it's not even easy to find jobs, first of all. But second of all, because nowadays people have also, become a little bit more strict with companies. Like, do you really want to work there? Yes or no? So in the career page, you have the chance to really add a lot of important information, and you should invest time in creating a strong career page. That is why we want to look at some examples out there. Today, looking at a very famous startup in Germany and really look, what did they do? What can we learn from it? And what are maybe also some areas of improvement so that you can then look at your own career page as well. And for any talent listening, make sure to always check out career pages and stay informed of new jobs. So it's also a great place for you to check out.
Hi, this is Luca.
And this is Laura.
And this is the Career Beat Talks podcast,
where we bring you the latest insights from the world of recruiting.
From both sides, the candidate's perspective and the company's perspective.
Let's jump right in.
So Luca, today I brought Taxfix. Are you ready to take a look at it?
Yes, a startup that Germans know really well because they have some very good marketing campaigns that we should all fill out our tax forms.
Right, absolutely. The marketing is very good. So let me share my screen if this works, and then we can look at it together. Do you see the career page, Luca? Perfect. So this is the first, at Taxfix careers. This would be the first page for anyone who's not looking at the video. It just has, a picture that looks with a lot of plants, very relaxing. And then it says like, welcome to Taxfix with a button, open roles, and then, a sentence. What do you think, Luca?
Interesting. Different approach. So last time we looked at the HelloFresh site, right? So here, what I noticed, which is quite unusual, but not sure if it's good or bad. I don't have an opinion yet, but I don't see any human, right? So we have basically this hero section at the top, and there's no happy people smiling at me, which is definitely different than others. And what the most standard is usually say, okay, show smiling people. They're also happy to work there. And here we have, I guess that's a photo from their office, from the actual office. I hope it is.
I think.
If that would make sense, right? That we say, okay, no, we're showcasing the office environment, and it seems they are going really green because they have a lot of plants apparently in the office, which is good for well-being. So I'm intrigued, at least because it's a little bit different. So sometimes you also need to have the confidence and do things differently.
Right. I also agree with that. I mean, yeah, true. If I scroll a little bit down, there's like a laptop case. So it looks like they try to get the feeling of how it could feel working there, right? Like I feel in the office. That could maybe have been the way to go. But I would appreciate, like, it's my opinion, appreciate at least in the background to see some people. Like they don't have to be looking at me, so that I feel like, oh, I want to be part of that team, or like, I see very much in the background there might be someone sitting, but I don't see that really.
Yeah, and it would not be hard to do, right? Just put some employees there with a laptop, they're talking, and
yeah, true. Very interesting. Now the first thing here is like open roles, which I will just open. Oh, sorry. Oh, I opened a new.
Is it a new tab or does it scroll down?
No, it is a new tab. Yeah.
Okay, if people remember from the last episode, like I say, okay, I don't like that. So why do I go to your career page? I want to see what open roles you have. Why do you make me right? And usually I already have to navigate and somewhere find the career page, and then I finally found it, and now you're making me go to a new site again just to see open roles. But that's a common criticism, and 95% of career pages work like this. It has some technical reasons and a background. But we saw in the HelloFresh page, I think it was different. It was at the bottom. I don't remember.
So they didn't have it on the first site, but they had like here the search function right away. So I could, and it felt more like, I am looking for a job right away. So here it really feels like, okay, I have to jump off.
Yeah, good point. So here you have to really jump off.
Yeah, Absolutely.
And what you can see also is that the menu at the top is kind of like sticking. So I'm still very much prompted to now file my online tax return, which maybe that's kind of like the type of the idea where like, okay, I'm applying a tax. Damn, I should also do my tax. How come let me do it right away as well? That's true. Like a marketing and sales strategy. But it's just something I noticed that is not fully adhered to. The careers page is still part of the main page, and so it's a little bit distraction if you want me to really apply.
Oh, that's so true. And you know what, like a tax return, I mean, even though I think Taxfix makes an amazing job at helping you make it a little bit more easy and interactive, still, like, I don't relate good feelings to my taxes overall. So this no, sadly. No, but like this doesn't bring up this feeling of like, oh, I feel relaxed and calm and I want to work. Then I look at that and I'm like, oh, taxes.
That's a good point. Like, oh yeah, Mr. Relax, here's the nice plan to look at. By the way, did you file your taxes already?
True, that is
that's
funny.
very interesting. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Good that you noticed. And then we come here and then we see some numbers. I think because I already was here, it scrolled up, but the numbers were going up, so it was a little bit more interactive before.
Okay, so they're doing HelloFresh had this as well, and this something I really like is show the purpose of your company with numbers, right? So here they are showing the number of euros that over 3 billion euros that they have helped their customers to regain with filing their taxes.
Awesome.
Because usually in Germany you get some money back when you file your taxes, because in comparison to other countries, like we are taxed most of the time directly when we receive the salary, and it's a little bit too much, and then you can get paid back, but people often don't do it and then they don't get paid back.
Yeah, that's so true. I really love this statistic. So the green, I really like the colors. So this is awesome. And then we have 2 more statistics.
Which I don't understand.
Tax
90 tax experts work at tax. Okay, so there's 90 people working. And then they have 300 plus employees. Counts. Taxfix.
No, I think they have 300 employees, but 90 are tax experts.
Okay. 90 tax experts work at tax, but 300 employees. Oh, okay. I was confused a bit, but I did not read the 90 tax experts. I thought 90.
The thing is, I would say that this number is like, I mean, unless I am a tax expert, okay.
But Laura, but if 1/3 of the employees is tax expert, which roles are they recruiting for tax experts? And I know both very well how hard it is to find them. So maybe you could argue, hey, they really want to show this because especially this career page, they want to be attractive to tax experts. Which
that makes sense.
Hiring a lot. And oh my God, I'm so scared. Even if I have to hire one tax expert, I'm already scared.
Right. That's a difficult thing to do. No, but that's awesome. You're right. So maybe it's actually a very good practice for other companies to highlight the jobs you want to recruit the most, because that will attract those type of people. So really good insight, Luca.
I would have just switched it around, because in my logic it is, we have 300 employees overall, and then you tell me, I have 90 overall tax experts. It's like a human brain usually works more from top to bottom.
Right.
Okay. So, by the way, we have 90 tax experts and 300 employees overall. So I'm like, okay. But if you tell me, hey, you have 300 employees and 90 of that are tax experts, I'm like, oh, wow, 1/3. That's very interesting.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so switching them around would be our idea in that case. But yeah, cool. So we have some numbers. And then if I scroll further down, we see 2 people working at the office. I will just scroll further down to see what this relates to. Okay, it's a long
company
text.
History.
Yeah, it's very long, actually.
Too much text, probably. Yes,
yeah. So for anyone who's not watching, so there's a lot of text about the history, and then at the end there's another photo. So in the first photo there were like 2 people working, and in this last one it's more like a team event and people laughing and smiling. And I think then the next section starts. So this section is more to show the history of Taxfix.
Hi, this is Laura. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I hope you're truly enjoying it. And if I could ask for one little favor from you, it would be that you make sure to follow this podcast and also rate it. This will truly make such a big difference for us here in Career Bee, so that we start reaching more people who are looking for a job in Germany and also more companies who are looking for talents. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, which I think is always interesting, especially for my like startups. So like per se putting the information here, it's a bit too long. I'm not sure. Also not sure why it's not really using the whole space of the page. So maybe a designer could redo this a little bit and maybe work with some highlights. Just a little bit easier to digest, because I would guess like 90% of people are just scrolling down at this point.
Yeah. I also was wondering like how many people were actually read it. So it might make sense to have more, this interactive timelines or something like that, where you put like the
Good
key
idea.
points or something like that. But yeah, I see also the plant element. So it's something that they really, everywhere is plants. I really like that. And I have to say, like, the pictures look very good, but at the same time, they look very like stock pictures, even though it might be real employees.
Yeah.
But some in some other companies, what I've seen is like they try to make these less, professional pictures, yes, but more like real life, so that the people get more of a feeling of it.
Yeah, there's a few tricks I noticed, because we did this in the past as well.
Oh.
Like you can have, for example, like have them wear Taxfix shirts, or on the laptop you put like a Taxfix sticker, and then it's clear for people, oh, that's actually not a stock photo. Because I'm wondering the same, especially here, because how they are edited, like it's kind of like is a saturation, or what is it? Makes it look like a little bit of a gray filters over it, like desaturated. I think they are not full desaturated to make it fit with the kind of like this plant style. But at the same time, it looks very stock photo-y. So the first one, I think, are real employees. Like this picture here, I'm really not sure if they might be actors. But those two, I think they look like.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, and
these others, I'm not sure.
And it's not like every person, every talent who goes to the career page will look so much into detail, but it creates a feeling, right? And you want to create that feeling throughout the career page, because you want to attract the best talents to your jobs. So these are why this could make sense to look into. Then we come to the next section, which is our mission. And here you see the office element again.
Yeah, way better. So here we have like a very widescreen picture of over the whole page, by the way. And then it's a little bit dark. There's like a dark filter, and then on right, in white, they write our mission: fixing tax is one small step. So this one I really like, right? This is how you portray your mission. This is how you can talk about your company background on. It looks visually very stunning, and then portrays the message. And that's all I need as a candidate, as an interested person at this point in time.
Yeah. I also love this. It looks very, very relaxing at the same time, but also like very cool. This one is interesting. Then they talk about their values. So here it's also like, interactive, like the key values, it's like typing. So the first one, understand, deliver. And if I scroll down, it will also start typing. So they have this gamified approach. And then when they have some bullet points underneath each of their values, showing what these are, right?
Okay. Yeah, I like the design. It's unique. I have not seen this before. Yeah, I don't want to comment on the values, because it seems to me that's something they, as a team, maybe came up. So if that's what they are, I always feel like they are like having values like this in general. Like it's something where everyone is like, yeah, true. But in the end, like, do you really live it? But again, it's a nice thing. Maybe I would like to have it a bit more specific to what Taxfix is doing, but if they worked on it together as a team and now published it, hey, I'm all for that, and the design looks very, very good.
Yeah. Maybe also like for talents, if someone is listening up until here, this is a good place to really, if you're creating your cover letter, like check this out, like really read through it, try to understand how you relate to one or two of these values specifically, and then add that also to your cover letter, because that's how you can also show that you fit into the culture. So this is an important place to look into for talents. I will move a little bit more down, and here you see like a little bit more the effect that you said, right? Now there's another picture. People are sitting on their laptop. It feels like the offices of them. And then a lot of people have opened a tab of Taxfix. So it feels that we have the sticker on the laptop of Taxfix. So they really followed your advice.
Why did I do it not earlier with those pictures? And here again, we have this full widescreen, again, a little bit of a dark overlay, and then right in white, they write a sentence about our team. Again, looks very, very good. I don't understand why we did not do this earlier. This looks really, really good.
Yeah. And I like here also the sentence where they say the people that make this possible are fixers. So it's like Taxfix and then fixers.
Yeah,
So
see? Perfect.
this is
way more
yeah.
personalized to what the company is doing. Yeah. Very
Also a
interesting.
dog, I see now.
I wonder if they had multiple people designing the website, and then in the end they could not decide for one version and kind of like made two versions out of it.
Yeah, it looks like two versions of a career page, actually.
Maybe it evolved over the time, but this one I really like here. Okay,
Yeah.
professional development. Oh, yeah.
This is also very interesting. So they really make a whole section for professional development. So they say like everyone 500 euro personal development budget, and then they have like some elements like community building, work-life balance, holistic well-being, which is 2 times
well-being
in there.
is 2 times. Maybe we can tell them they should change that. Maybe it could also be they're currently reworking this page. Maybe that also explains
that
a
could
bit.
also be right.
But I really like the functionality here. So they have each of these keywords, and you can click on it, and then it expands and shows like a drop-down text. And that's perfect, because if you are interested, you can click on it. People can interact with it. Makes it way higher reading rates. And if you're not interested, then you just scroll down.
Yeah. One idea I have for this section, though, is like suddenly we have a section that has no pictures and nothing, which is okay. Like not every section needs to have something. But I would rather see, the picture of people here, or of, the plants and the office here, because it has to do with development, and this needs to create a feeling. So it should feel less like text, more like, oh, I am in the center of it. I will grow here. And then, for example, the history of Taxfix, that could just be an interactive, timeline instead of the pictures. So I would maybe change that around in this case. But I really like also what you just mentioned. So this is very good. And then we are almost at the end, and then we come to we are looking for talents to join us.
Another call to action. And again, unfortunately, now we have to redirect me to a new page, but okay. Call to action is good.
I will jump into that in just a second, so we can at least check it out very briefly. But then they have in the end, this is a video to start your taxes. So it's like talking about the product.
Which I have no problem. I like it for product-based companies. Show me a video of the product that you have on YouTube. What I don't like is you can see the bottom at the right end. So here we have another call to action. It's start now for free.
Right.
So I'm really wondering if maybe it's part of the idea is like also trying to get customers, because you're really like, hey, you're trying to fill out this application. Did you forget something? Maybe you should have filed your taxes this year. So I'm not sure if that's like coincidence. Maybe that's like they always have this at the bottom of each page. But very interesting. I thought in the beginning, okay, yeah, there's the product video, but then the call to action makes it really marketing and sales.
Yeah.
So,
usually
we always say just have one call to action, which is check out our jobs. And now you're telling me, oh, I should actually file my taxes. So what do you want me to do? Do I need to fill out my taxes if I apply with you, or can I apply fill out my taxes later?
Absolutely. I mean, I would also maybe just leave the video. Probably in the video anyway, there's a link somewhere. So if I want to do it, I still can do it. So here it should be more about Taxfix as the product and what you do, rather than me having to do it right now. So I agree with you in this case. I just wanted to jump very briefly into this page. So if I click on open jobs, I will come to this new page where it says join us at Taxfix. These are the open positions. And then there's a picture of 2 employees talking. And then if I go down, we see the career page, which has this filter options currently. Yeah.
Finally, we arrived. What type of jobs do they have? Yeah, one person to tag. Oh, so they're looking for tax experts, but also risk, marketing, finance, team lead, accounting, executive assistant, data. So a lot of different roles. So if you're currently looking for a job in one of these areas, make sure to check out the Taxfix jobs. We also know some people working there, right, Laura? And I think company culture is quite good. Of course, it's not the biggest company ever. Like the business model is quite simple. However, they're doing a good job. And if you're in Berlin, definitely check it out. And
some jobs don't require German, and they also offer relocation. So it's a great company to look into. So always check out their jobs. So as I said, like they already have a lot of jobs, but they are in the end 7 jobs, right? So maybe they fit into the first page, and until, you know, they get to a size where you have like, I don't know, 500 open jobs. I'm just exaggerating, but you know, and then you maybe need to link to another page or put like 3 jobs on page 1. We know that from the technical perspective, it not always is possible, but I think that could really make a difference, so that I don't have to jump into a new job. And also here, like, I think it's good to have this picture, but I think it's so big. Like, if I click to open roles, like I want to see the open roles, and then I feel like,
show me the roles. Like I'm waiting, and then finally click, and then I see again like a employer branding type of picture. Again, it has this kind of like stock photo style. So honestly, don't be afraid. You don't need another picture. Just show me the open jobs. It's perfectly fine.
Absolutely. So I will stop sharing now. Thank you so much, Luca, for analyzing this together with me. What would you say are 3 learnings and, you know, good ideas that we can take from this career page?
I think my first learning is that you should match. Maybe that's not the right way to say. You should like really make sure that if you show pictures of people, right? We saw the plants in the beginning. We're kind of like missing people, and then if you show people, however, make sure that I can link and really see that those people are really working at this company. So we had here, I've never seen this before, where we had a mix of very generic pictures, like where I was not even sure, are these people like working at this company? Are they stock photos? And then others which are super personalized. So go for the super personalized, make sure the employees have laptops, and then there's kind of like your logo on the laptops. Number 2 for me is always put the jobs on the first page. This is why 95% of people are coming to your career page. And then we want to learn more about the company. But my main purpose is finding jobs. Why are you hiding them on another page where I then have to scroll down again? Don't do this. And yeah, the third one, I'm struggling with coming up. Maybe you have something, Laura.
Yeah, I would say it's really, you know, about, as you said, this creating a feeling. And I think the career page should really, really create that feeling, as you mentioned, like speaking one type of language. And I feel really personalize it in that sense. Like, what is the feeling you want a candidate to experience throughout the page? And then also be careful about, and this would be just my personal idea, about, you know, adding marketing for your product rather than talking about your product. So I would just do one on the career page, which is talking about the product, because you want to convince people to work. Like, the career page is the way to attract top talent, and your company will grow with top talent, right? So the goal is get that top talent, and then you can still sell them later on, you know, also work for Taxfix, etc. And I think you can also publish that through in other pages in your website. So this would be like 2 additional things to add to what you already mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. On the positive side, what I really liked is they have these numbers, right? Oh, this is how much money we've recovered for our customers. This is how many people working here in tax. And what I also really like is these values. They really stood out. So I think a lot of candidates can relate to that. And that's, I think, mostly it. So if you are a company, you want us to look over your career page, feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to take a look. Also, if you're currently hiring for tech roles like we saw, but also for HR roles, for sales roles, I love to do those. Even if it's finance roles, that's okay. You can also reach out to us. Not our favorite to do, but of course they need to be recruited for as well. We are happy to help you out and find you the candidates. We have a 100% guarantee, so you only pay if you really find a candidate and you hire a candidate. So reach out to us at team@careerby.de and let's have a call about what you need and how we can best support you.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. We're super happy to have you here. And if you are a company who's looking for talents to expand their team, make sure to check out our services at careerby.de, because there we explain how we help you find top talents much faster. And on the other side, if you're a talent who's currently looking for a job here in Germany, then make sure to also check out our website under careerby.de/talents, because there you'll discover more about our brand new masterclass, where we really guide you step by step on how to find that dream job of yours. But in either case, you can also just send us a direct email to team@careerbeat.de, because we're also super happy to address all your questions directly there. Wishing you a wonderful day.